Welcome back, guys! Woo, woo, woo! I hope you're ready for an awesome gamer breakdown video. What is a gamer breakdown video, you may ask? Well, it's when I don't feel like replaying a game for the channel, but I'm gonna talk about the game and give my opinions on it. Because we love opinions here. So today I want to talk about Fallout 4. I'm just gonna give you a rundown of the game and just rant about my general opinion on it. That's what we're doing. I hope you guys are cool with that, because that's what we're doing. I'm not really giving you a choice. I like making videos about games because I am an epic level gamer, boys. If you don't know what Fallout is, it's pretty much an apocalypse-style game where the world went kaboom around the 1950s and technology was much more advanced in this universe at that time. So there I was, trotting down the road. My son was just shot in the head. Oh, no. My sugar daddy was shot in the head. And by just shot, I mean like 20 years ago, but then I was frozen again, and time flies when you're stuck in a cryogenic stasis. My son was kidnapped. Some scallywags yell at me from a building. This guy assumes I have nothing better to do, and more importantly assumes I am not one of the bandits for some reason. You could say it's because of the vault suit, but who's to say I'm not a crazed bandit that stole the damn thing? So I kill some fools and naturally spark up casual conversation with them. He thanks me, the main protagonist, me, and says,
"Like what? You us? Maybe we can help you."
It's a cruel world.
Then he explains he's with the Minutemen, a group of do-gooders who sometimes don't do good things and betray one another, like pirates, but less fashionable. I tell him to shove it up his rear, because I've got better things to do than talk to him.
I have my own problems.
I know, right?
But the plot forces the conversation along. Sturgis starts talking to you about a plane that crashed, and it gets kind of weird.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet.
I jest, of course. So you fight your way upstairs and score your first fat suit of power armor. I'm not the biggest fan of using power armor in the game unless I need to. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, it's just not really my play style. Fallout has a huge variety of options when it comes to how you want to play your character, and I prefer to usually sneak around like a sneaky snake. You also meet a variety of characters at this point, one of which makes you want to end it all as soon as she opens up her fat old mouth.
My dog? No, sir. You saw it? It's the Chems kid. They give old Mama Murphy the sight.
She explains she has the sight, which allows her to see visions, but if she's hopped up on 10 pounds of drugs, that's the only time she can see visions. Which probably is just an excuse to get free drugs, like, that's not a bad scam. They all seem to just believe her without question. So after that we shoot some stuff. Just stating my opinion here, the starting characters here are just the worst, especially this guy. I have yet to finish the Minutemen story because of how boring and annoying I find Preston.
One thing you should know about us, we help out our friends. So here, for everything you've done,
I'll take what I can get.
And then there's this lady. Ugh. Out of all these losers, I don't understand why they didn't kill her off. Like, obviously keeping her around is more of a burden. And what does she do besides steal your drugs? So these guys tell you to seek out Diamond City, a magical place where all our dreams will come true. We can even wish for a heart, courage, or a brain there. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong city. That's not what happens at all. Instead, at first, we follow these nerds to their town and help them make it less trash. The building system in this game is very addictive. Whenever I start, I can lose an entire day to perfecting my town. I love collecting shit and building them up. So satisfying. But that's not surprising for me. I'm a huge sucker for simulation games where you get to build and manage towns, cities, armies, stuff like that. I love that shit. Dad games, that's where it's at for me. I love that stuff so much. This feature really appeals to that part of me. Eventually, we escape managing the town and seek out our own adventures. Before we get the hell out of Dodge, Preston tells you that the Minutemen betrayed each other, and the tone of the conversation was so awkward that it might as well have gone like this.
The people there called for the Minutemen to help. We were the only ones that came. The other groups betrayed each other. They just turned their on us. We never found a safe place to one disaster after another. You saw how it ended in Concord? Hell.
I don't know what makes you think that.
Sturgis is pretty awkward too. No idea what this is.
That'll help make everyone feel a little more secure. Thanks. It's been a long road. But yeah, I think this is it. Thanks. It's been a long road. But yeah, thanks. Home. Feels good.
It's as bad as Oblivion dialogue.
Lady Umbernox has hired a new captain. Lady Umbernox has hired a new captain of the guard.
I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night. Wait a minute, let me do that one again. I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night.
Oh, hell no!
Right outside the town is one of my favorite stores, mainly because of how easy it is to find on the map. When you arrive, raiders are there arguing with the shop owner. If you sweet talk or threaten your way through, you can use the store and the drugstore the raiders have. You end up getting both for the rest of the game.
This doesn't involve you.
You stop waving that in my face, or it's gonna involve me.
Okay, just take it easy.
When you talk to Mama Scrotum Face again, she talks about needing her fix, and I told her to cut it out because I was tired of hearing her complain about how everyone owed her drugs.
Stop. I thought I told you. We need the site, and the site needs the cam.
Fuck you!
I told you.
No.
Running like a madwoman, I escape that dreadful town and run around the wasteland. The environment is vast, with so much to do, and can be overwhelming and kind of confusing.
What? I said caravan or raider. What? I said, what? Caravan or raider. What? Which are you? What? I really don't understand what you're asking. Seriously? What? I said caravan or raider. I really don't understand what you're asking. Seriously? This is Bunker Hill. All the caravans in the Commonwealth come through here, and every raider outfit in the area gets protection money to keep their paws off the market and our homes. I really don't understand. Seriously? So there's only two types of people coming through here, caravans and raiders. Which are you? What? I really don't understand what you're asking. Caravans and raiders. Which are you? I'm here on my own. Freelance, huh? All right. Come on in, but no gunfire. What?
Luckily, I've played all of them, so I kind of get the hang of it pretty quickly, but it is a new environment. There are a lot of dangers, especially when you are low level. We encounter kind of a cultist camp. They talk to us for a while and eventually have us come into the office in an attempt to convert us. After this, we're told to hand over all of our money and belongings or else, and well, anyone that knows how I play games knows that I did not take that well.
Everything you own, and I'll initiate you as a first-level pillar of the community.
You've got to be kidding. You want me to give you everything I have?
The first step is the hardest, neighbor. But it's the only way to cast off your old life and start on the road towards your future health, wealth, and happiness.
You must think I'm an idiot.
Well, you came in here, didn't you? Now, you've got two choices. Give me everything you've got, or we take it anyway.
I'm walking out of here.
I slaughtered pretty much all of them before going on my merry way. After what seems like eons, we find Diamond City. I promise later in the game we get to characters I actually like. But Piper is another person I just do not like, I cannot stand. I do not know what it is about her, but she just seems really disconnected. Her personality is just not for me. I never bring her with me aside from the beginning. As soon as I get her perk, I just dump her off and I never pick her up again.
I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job. Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Ooh, just doing your job. Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it? Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Boom.
I'm sorry, but Mayor McDonough's really steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all lies. The whole city's in a tizzy.
You open this gate right now, Danny Sullivan. I live here. You can't just lock me out.
So Piper is locked out. She published a story that pissed off the mayor of Townsville, and her punishment is exile, or at least it appeared to be, but after some quick maneuvering, she somehow gets inside, speaks to the mayor, and like the alpha male he truly is, completely avoids enforcing the punishment, then forgets the whole thing ever happened. After buttering him up like a Sunday ham with our amazing persuasive skills, the mayor tells us about Nick Valentine, a detective that can possibly help us find our missing son.
This really isn't any of my business.
No. You look like Diamond City material. Welcome to the great green of the Commonwealth. A fine place to come.
This really isn't any of my business.
Don't let this muckraker here tell you otherwise, all right?
What are you two arguing about anyway?
What do you think? Print lies and everybody's happy, but if you print
Now.
Who would I talk to about finding a missing person?
well, whatever you do, don't bother going to Diamond City Security for help.
Don't listen to her. Well, I'm afraid that our security team can't follow every case that comes through. I'm confident that you can find help here.
A mayor of a great city must know everyone. Who can help me?
Well, there's one private citizen, Nick Valentine, a detective of sorts who specializes in tracking people down.
This is ridiculous.
Well...
Yeah, keep talking, McDonough. That's all you're good for. I'm impressed. Not everyone can claw information out of McDonough's tight-fisted hands. Why don't you stop by my office after you see Valentine? I think I just found my next...
Piper gets weird, and then we explore the city. Diamond City, or as these wads like to call it, the Green Jewel, is a pretty big, fortified settlement. It's based on the pre-war structure of Fenway Park. It's distinctive. You know, it's like, it's green, so... There's actually a whole side mission about it later in the game. The green paint. You get to, like, paint the walls. The city guards can be seen wearing baseball jerseys and gear, sporting it like armor, reflecting the location's former use. Though these guys have no actual idea what baseball was, which we'll get into later on. The citizens are full of life here. But it's pretty clear a lot of them live in fear of the Institute, which, if you've played the other Fallout games, you already know of them. They make robotic humanoids, or synths. People can't shut up about their fear of synths. Anyway, anytime you walk down the street, it's like, synth! Synth! Are you a synth? So after learning this info, I decided to get a badass haircut to match our new environment. No need for long, pretty hair after our freezer nap.
Why?
Because I don't know you, and I will not serve a synth pretending to be human. So are you human?
No, I'm Jangles, the moon monkey.
That's just what a synth would do.
Human as the day I was born.
Ducking the question? We don't serve your kind here.
I'm Jangles.
Well, you do look human enough. But I'll be watching you. I have eyes like a... Well, they're good eyes. Got it?
What kind of business are you running here anyway?
Here's what we got.
Eventually, we head over to the Nick's place and realize he's been kidnapped. His secretary tells us about the last time she saw him, and like the greedy bandits we are, we milked her for all of that sweet, sweet cash. We make our way back through the streets and are captivated by the culture and the food they have to offer.
Kyle, no!
Wait, what kind of meat is this?
You never heard of Brahmin? Big, dumb, got 4 legs and 2 heads. They're the only cattle around. Everything's fresh from the Codman family farms. Sometimes, we get weird stuff.
Delicious. Piper confronts us again, sidetracked us from our goal with her compelling dialogue. We are pretty blunt to her, telling her about how we were frozen and we just recently woke up. She wants to write a story on us, and our tragic, tragic past will be published to the world. which we agree to. It's fine. So Piper and I head out once again, building up a meaningful, lasting friendship. At this point in the game, as I trotted around, I encountered so many side missions it became difficult to keep track of. There are hundreds of hours of activities to do in Fallout 4, which is awesome, but also makes it very easy to lose track of whatever you were doing. I try to bond with Piper, but she's exhausting to me, and a storm started in the middle of our conversation, so that was fun. We find a small settlement called Covenant that has a safe test if you want to enter.
Loitering around. Not good for the nerves.
Is that what this place is called?
Yeah, we're a real up-and-comer.
The test?
Hey, rules are rules. You ready?
Sure.
Good. You are approached by a frenzied scientist who yells, "I'm going to put my quantum in your." What's your response?
I'd say up yours too, buddy.
You'd say that.
Up yours too, buddy.
Hmm.
Oh, I'd put a firecracker in his toilet. Bam! It never gets old.
Test's over. No one's ever answered quite like you. But hey, you pat.
The test is designed to find out if you're a synth or not. Jacob runs the town. He offers you the guest house, but warns you against talking to Dan, which of course we immediately do. And I found this hilarious bug. They attempt to attract traders to the settlement to keep it running and allow it to grow, but apparently a caravan went missing and Dan was hired to find out what's up. Dr. Rosalind Chambers and her band of science losers arrived at the Covenant with the intention to turn the settlement into a refuge for people who have suffered at the hands of synths. She convinced the residents of the town to help with her work, and subsequently set up a lab with her personnel inside a utility area in a nearby sewer, locally known as the Compound. From there, Chambers and her scientists attempt to discover and flesh out the secret Institute agents, widely feared and despised by inhabitants. Only she's completely insane and kidnapping people, so we decided to just take her out and move on with our lives. Also, side note, Penny, the shop lady, glitched on me, so I couldn't actually use the shop in this town the entire time it was there. But apparently, the items sold there were mainly taken from kidnapping victims. So that's a thing.
Enjoy your stay! Enjoy your stay! Enjoy your stay!
Enjoy your stay!
Hey, you stranger.
Not if I have my say.
It's no secret you've been poking around.
Why? Are you threatening me?
Nah, nothing like that. It's just, well, I think I ate a bad can of meat. Okay. And, well, you can probably smell it from there. Oh, God. Sorry. Probably better if you get going. It's about to get kind of messy.
I like my like I like my company. High caliber. I'm talking about you, Blue.
Piper and I decide to continue our mass murdering rampage to finally rescue Nick Valentine because this game has a main plot and it's very, very easy to get distracted. Nick explains he was there to rescue a kidnapped girl, Darla. Only she was not actually kidnapped. She was banging Skitty Malone. The encounter with them is really awkward, but we convince Darla that she's making a huge mistake and she books it.
Back home to Daddy, shall I?
In this vault, I'm king of the You hear me?
I told you we should have just him! But then you had to get up, stupid.
Darla, I'm handling this.
What am I doing? I've gotten all mixed up.
Darla, where are you going?
Home, Skinny, where I should have been all this time.
Nick asks you to come back to his place. Not what it sounds like. Our character is just a girl everyone wants. Piper tries to get all mushy, but we shut that shit down.
I could just use some help. It's my sister, Nat.
Becoming me.
What do you mean?
I'm just terrified she's gonna start taking up like her big sis. I mean, think about the life we lead. I can't have her ending up like her big sister. Dodging and running from all the people she off. It's part of the reason I'm on the road so much. I keep thinking, maybe if I make myself scarce.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Scarce here. Now our first story of today...
Thanks, Blue. Who'd expect wandering off with a stranger to turn out this well? They really don't make them like you anymore. You're a hell of a friend, you know that?
Okay.
We find Kate, the babe. I love Kate. Fighting in a Raider stadium. We tussle it up with the customers and talk to the guy running the operation. It was assumed they were in trouble, but in reality, the commotion pretty much put them out of business. Somehow this makes him give Kate's slavery contract over to us, and we leave. And it's all sunshine and rainbows. He's actually pretty happy about it. With the help of our number one guy, Nick Valentine, we uncover the identity of our husband's murderer, Conrad Kellogg, not the cereal. After learning from Kellogg that Sean is being held in the Institute, we kill him with no hesitation because he sucks and we're epic gamers.
Place was a stadium, and two teams would meet and play a game called baseball. One team would beat the other team to death with these things called baseball bats, and the best bats were called swatters. True fact.
Hey, dumbass, that's not how baseball was played.
That right, little Miss Smarty Pants? If you're such an expert, how do you think it was played?
It was America's pastime. The teams would also beat the spectators to death. A sport that united families on warm summer days. Yeah, that's how the term spectator sport got started.
Oh my god.
We take his cybernetic breast implant where he stores all his memories. During this time, the Brotherhood of Steel arrives at the Commonwealth on the fattest airship anyone has ever seen. We learn from Brian Virgil, yeah, I think that was his name, Brian Virgil, an Institute scientist, that teleportation is the only way to enter the Institute. We go in full sci-fi mode. We start building this crazy teleporter. After the survivor, us, retrieves the chip and decodes it with the help of the railroad, Virgil provides the blueprints for a teleportation device, which we construct by aligning with the Brotherhood, Minutemen, or Railroad. It's a hard choice, and by hard I mean not hard at all, because the Minutemen are lame and the Brotherhood is racist. We stand Nick Valentine here, so every time I play I usually side with the Railroad, though I have also sided with the Minutemen before. I just never finished the game, because the Minutemen are boring. I finished the game, but not finished when I am on the Minutemen side. So we side with the Railroad, but personally, I only care about Nuke World Bandits' free-for-all lifestyle, but hey, that's too chaotic for the main plot, so Railroad it is. We bust right into the Institute and discover that Sean is the big cheese in charge. Sean is now an old man, calling himself father, probably some daddy issues in there. He reveals that he was kidnapped by Kellogg to become subject for a synth experiment. He was alive pre-war, so he was filled to the brim with that grade A DNA, which is why he was in the experiment in the first place. He was like the perfect subject. The protagonist remained in stasis for 60 years before waking up. So her baby boy, that baby boy you see in the beginning, was now this old man. He invites us to join him in the Institute and live out our days in luxury. If you do this, Sean tells you that he is dying of cancer and wishes for the survivor to become his successor. Only after initiating a purge in the Commonwealth, killing everybody. You just kill them all. If you don't side with them, you cook up a plan with whoever you sided with in the wasteland, and then you guys just, you go nuts. And come on, guys. This is me we're talking about. I couldn't bear to destroy the Raiders of Nuka World. Screw the rest of these guys. So we blew the hell out of that nuclear reactor, destroying the Institute. After this, everyone is kind of neutral. You join the Raiders of Nuka World, Preston hates you, and you Mad Max the hell out of the rest of this map. And that's how I play Fallout, guys. I love any game with a good post-apocalyptic setting. Fallout 4 is good. It's no New Vegas, but it's good. I've replayed the game a few times, and it takes a while to really do all you can do. It's worth the purchase if you've never played, and the freedom you have to make your character into anything you can pretty much think of is awesome. I know it brings countless hours of joy to my otherwise dull life. I know I've gone down this road more than 3 or 4 times. Anyway, guys, if you like my content, you know to leave me that like, throw me that sub, and join the Scripps Army. Numbing that pain with constant killer content, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I said I got this, I'm in it. I'm hella filthy, so I got this, I'm winning. I'm not a quitter, so I'm not fucking quitting. Just try to stop me and you'll drop dead missing.